Okay, so I'm going to do a short video here on how to prepare a pretty good size breakfast of quinoa. So I started with 4 ounces of quinoa and I rinsed it. Well, first I put the water in here up to, about there, let it sit for about 2 hours, shaking it, or at least inverting it every now and then pouring off the strange looking liquid. And then I put water up to about there, put in a tablespoon of this apple cider vinegar, and let it sit overnight out on the counter. And then this is what it looked like. And what I'll do is give it another rinse before adding the beer to it. So let me pour it into here, because see, you've got this soapy liquid. It's got the saponins in it and you don't want that. So we want to rinse that off. Get some water for this. So pour that in there to get the last of the quinoa out. Set this aside for some washing later. And so you got this odd liquid that you want to pour off and run some water over it a couple of times so you can rinse that out. You want to try to get rid of as much of the bitterness as possible. Pour this off again. And also you're not really wanting to keep that vinegar for the cooking. Alright, this rinse ought to be putting it in a good spot. And I'm going to pour off as much of the water as I can. Alright, so since this is already got a lot of water in it, we don't want to have any extra, because we're going to put 5 ounces of Guinness into there. So let's see, that's almost the whole thing here. Now, some people may not be able to have Guinness, and so you might want to cook it in a different liquid. Next time that I cook this, I'm going to use a more citrusy beer. I'm going to get a container for the, well, I guess I don't need the container. I can just put the lid back on this Guinness because I'm only using half of it. So yeah, I'm going to use a more citrusy beer next time to see how I like that. And you can, kind of choose what liquid you want to cook it in to give it some good flavor. And let me get the spices that I want to add. I've got turmeric, coriander, and cumin. So this is what the quinoa looks like so far. Hopefully that's coming out. You need another ounce. Almost there. All right. Well, while that head is going down, go ahead and put in some of the spices. And I don't know how much I'm putting in, just about equal amounts of each. Okay. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. but I have no idea. And you can probably see, like, if that is showing well. That's kind of what I did. I don't know. All right. Now I can finish the beer. Ooh. Let's see. A little bit more. See, yeah. I could put actually a little over because this is 11.2 ounces. So, okay, whatever. I said tomorrow I would use a citrusy beer, so maybe I should put this in an airtight container since I won't be using this beer probably till Monday. Honestly, I should use it tomorrow then and do my citrusy on Monday. I don't want to have any weird flavors happen with my beer. So I guess citrusy will be Monday. This is going to be tomorrow again. So this is in here. I got foamy. It's fine. I might start just pouring the beer into these containers to let all the foaminess go away. All right, so kind of knock that down, and then this is what you've got so far. You put the lid on it and put it on simmer for like, it's 15 to 20 minutes. It's not simmering, is it? There we go. I like to start it with a robust simmer, I should say. A robust simmer just to get it heated up and where it's got a rolling boil to it, but then bring it down to the minimum. And found out yesterday that once the simmering is done, you need to let it sit. The lady seemed to know a lot about quinoa, said let it sit for 30 minutes. Might do that if I can. The first bowl of it, so it ends up making a pretty large amount. And I like it to stay hot, so I'll put half of it in the bowl. I'll put half of it in the bowl, and then it is still going to need some sugar. Might as well put the sugar in. Whatever this Minchie spoon is, that's the amount of sugar I put for half of that. And then after I eat that half, I'll come back and refresh my bowl. So that way I have hot quinoa the whole time. This, like I said, is a large amount. It's not like just a regular breakfast, at least for me. This is more of a brunch size portion for me. It will hold me over till I get off work. The lady online did say she adds salt. I did not do that yesterday. I'm not one to like a bunch of salt, so I'll just put, I guess you call that a double pinch. We call that a double pinch for no good reason. And get a spoon, stir it a bit. Little container to put the spoon on. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Don't think so. Because we're not going to sit here and watch that cook. I believe that is it. Got the spices, the beer, apple cider vinegar. Preparation for tomorrow. So the thing is, while you're cooking, this day's batch is the perfect time to do preparation on the next day, which honestly only preparation you can do is put it in here and put water in it and invert it. So that's about it. Enjoy.